Talking to you is like talking to Napoleon Dynamite with less charisma. That's what this is like for me. They weren't responding to anything. They were continuing.
Really? So they just brought this up out of nowhere.
Yes. If you read the logs and you read the information on this drama, then you would have known that, wouldn't you? So Poppy and Zena went on for 5 months with no pushback, continually slandering No Flake and doing streams where they slandered multiple people. Okay? If them not responding for those 5 months didn't get Poppy and Zena to de-escalate, didn't get them to back off, didn't get them to stop, how long are they supposed to continue letting them slander them before they're allowed to fight back?
So what y'all are arguing about is this tweet by Stardust saying, despicable President Sunday, you have no morals. Make this make sense. President Sunday can call up someone's university, contact a professor under false pretenses, allege someone defrauded the government with no evidence, claim multiple people are lying about credentials with no evidence, obsessively make videos on several people in the same vein. But reading through some evidence that's already been gathered, no watching, someone break the evidence down of content creators who actually prey on vulnerable people.
I think it's like explaining, so it's no watching someone break the evidence down.
Yeah,
Content
okay.
creators, yeah.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to do all the inflections, but yes.
Oh, come on, go big or go home.
Vulnerable people in marginalized communities, okay, is that better? Is too much work for him. Calling the documentation of abusive behavior in art project. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So, are you gonna share it? Or are you gonna give it to me? How are we doing this?
Sure. I'll share. Give me.
All right. Hold on.
Second.
Let me. Yep, that's fine. I'll just pull everybody because I was going to show y'all anyway. So, okay. Hold on. Just give me a second to get set up. All right. Action. Watch stream. Hold on. Let me cut me down. All right. And let me cut this off. All right.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Let me turn it up. Is there sound?
There's no sound.
Oh, there's no sound? Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, turn up your volume, Stardust? Wait, what do you mean?
Is volume too low? Is Stardust too low?
Am I too low, chat?
How's my volume?
Your volume's good. Your volume has to be good.
I sound you just fine. I mean, I hear you just fine. Okay, well, I'm not hearing anything. Anyways, yes, as in turn up my volume, or yes, I'm fine. You're too low, Star. How am I too low? What is going on?
Bro, I got you at 97. Say something.
Check.
Yeah, you're good. You're right
Maybe
there where you...
it's my side probably. Okay. All right. Let's just try this. Okay. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to point out a few things here. Okay. In typical President Sunday fashion, he does several things to discredit people he's arguing with. Some of the things that he's going to do during this are probably 1, pretend to not be interested in the conversation, i.e., he slouches in his chair, or doesn't look at the camera, or pretends to read a book while you're talking. Am I allowed to do my my slideshow?
Let her finish.
So 1, pretend not to be interested in the conversation, i.e., he slouches in his chair, or doesn't look at the camera, or pretends to read a book while you're talking. 2, he starts faux laughing while you're talking. This is to make his audience think that what you're saying is ridiculous or not serious. And 3, he will try to interrupt and steamroll. We just saw one of those tactics here. One of the things that he's alleged at me already since this whole thing is that I'm doing this for views.
I am. Okay, sorry.
So regardless of whether it is for views, let's go through this allegation. Who's doing this for views? Let's look at President Sunday's viewership when he covers people for way less serious things. NotSoErudite, he has tons of videos. I'm willing to bet like 20 videos on her, right? Some of these videos have 8.4K views, 9.9K views, 4.1K views, 19K views, okay? There's videos on Brianna Wu. One of them has 9.6K views.
That's pretty good.
3.1K views, 6.4K views. Pisco. He has one that is, let me pull it up here. Let me zoom this in a little bit. 8.5K views. Destiny has one that has 11K views. So, and then
that explains the ad revenue.
let's look at my views in comparison, covering just the Poppy and Zena topic. Okay, 1.7K views, 2.3K views. The highest that I have on this is 3.3K views. So
sounds like a skill issue.
In reality, if anything, this indicates to me that Sunday would rather go in on things way less serious for more views. He doesn't benefit from covering a topic that has people he used to be associated with. So when it comes down to it, if we're going to talk about who's doing something for views, it's President Sunday covering people for way less serious things. He doesn't give a about people in a marginalized community who are being preyed upon by other people using therapeutic language. Secondly, covering actual abusers of a vulnerable community brings in less views, but I'm still doing it. Sunday, on the other hand, he used to be associated with Zena and Poppy. He used to be friends with them. He got called out on prohibiting talk about them in his Discord server, and he got ass mad. I
don't even know them.
Okay, so who's doing this?
Sorry,
for views,
I thought it was muted. My bad.
Who's doing this for views? Like in reality. Let's see. Also, when he privated his video, which conveniently he just unprivated today, but when he privated it, what did Zena and Poppy tweet out? I haven't checked yet, but I heard a rumor that President Sunday privated his video on us. If he did, we appreciate it. Okay, next thing is Stardust. He's alleged Stardust hangs out with Kiwi farmers and Richard Spencer and has told people to end themselves, called them slurs. I will not deny that I've told people to end themselves and that I've called people slurs. But one, find me posting on Kiwi Farms, do it. I dare you to find me with a username on Kiwi Farms posting on there. 2, I have interviewed scary people. Oh no, but guess what? I don't give a I will interview them regardless. And look, he's doing his yawning thing again. 3,
I'm just tired.
I've said mean things in a chat on the internet. By the way, a chat that he has actively participated in for far longer than I have, and one that I have left, briefly after that. And that chat, other people in that chat say way worse things than me on a regular basis. So I don't really give a It's a chat. Weren't you a fan of Sargon at one point? I have never been a fan. My political views have stayed the same. Yes, I have been edgy on the internet, but my political views have stayed the same. I'm a lib, I'm pretty progressive, and I get a little edgy sometimes. Yes, I interview scary people, but I like to understand where they're coming from and why they form the opinions that they do. So I don't really give a I'm not here to talk about all these things. I'm here to talk about specifically the Poppy and Zena stuff and why you are so inconsistent on the coverage. I acknowledge, I'm very happy that you at least said that Snowflake is not. I'm very happy about that, and I appreciate that from you. What I'm unhappy about is the way that you treated people like Ciara Raincloud, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Malcolm, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Milena, who came onto your stream, and you also characterized what Snowflake did as a media tour when she gave one interview.
Wasn't there a slideshow? Did you skip the slideshow?
No, I think that was the slideshow. We just did the slideshow. Come on now, President Sunday.
Oh, did I? Oh, God damn it.
He has proven my point already, chat. He has proven my point already.
I'll give you this. You're really good at shade.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're really good at shade.
I didn't sleep last night. All right.
Okay,
my usual is 100, but I like Xylee, so I'm going to say 200 to my chat. Sorry, as you were.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
I have a theory meter on my stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm just going to let y'all have at it. I don't care about Debate Bro. I like blood sports anyway, so much better. So y'all have at it. Y'all have your argument. And if I feel like I need to step in because you're talking over each other or, just don't make me lose my YouTube channel and you're good.
I think we'll be
That's all I care about it. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay.
Yep.
So let the blood begin. Go.
I get my intro, so floor is yours,
Okay.
Sunday.
I yield. You can reply.
What is there to reply to?
Wait, you have nothing to say about what she said?
Not really, no. I'm apparently friends with Poppy and Zena. Since when?
I don't know if you're friends with them, but you certainly have been associated with them, and the very fact that you prevented people from talking about it in your server, to me, looks like you're protecting them. Now, I reiterate, I'm glad that you said that Snowflake is not, but let's be clear. When you privated your video, who tweeted out that they were appreciative of you privating your video?
I don't know. I don't follow them on Twitter.
Okay.
So I have no idea about that. That's weird because the reason why I privated it was actually at Sirius's recommendation, and he was critical of my position on the documents. So that's an odd odd thing to say. I'm perplexed as to why you would think I'm associated with them at all. I don't know why, for example, I actually was very clear. I was in the hospital this week and people were starting to like talk about the Zena and Poppy stuff in my server, and I didn't have time to look into it. People were getting toxic. So I said, look guys, we care about the culture of the server. We're just not going to talk about it until Shy Hello, it's too early. I can't drop now. But thank you. Fuck, where was I at? Right. So I'm going to look into it, and then I'll make a statement when I get back. But until then, I don't want it being talked about in the server. That's not protecting them.
No,
how is that protecting them? They have no
That's
reach
fine.
in my server.
That's fine. When you got called out on it, my point is when you got called out on it.
Called out on what?
On not allowing that kind of talk in your Discord. Any talk on that subject.
Why do you object? Why do you object to me not having people talk about this in my server?
Can I finish what I'm saying? Am I allowed to finish what I'm saying?
You had your whole opening statement. I'm just asking a simple question.
When you got called out on it,
yes.
You got mad. Then you tried to cover it on stream, and you covered it in the way possible. Honestly.
Okay.
Also, trying to deflect it when I criticize you over it, you've tried everything under the sun. You've thrown all the spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. It's not going to stick.
What did I throw at, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? What did I throw at the wall?
Trying to claim that I am a clout shark when you have done
You are a clout shark, what are you?
When you've done coverage on people for way less things, for way more views.
But no, you're not a clout shark.
Let's pause for a second.
Hang on.
We have to pull up the
you're really bad at content creation. So your views are low.
Oh, I'm bad at content creation. Coming from the guy who's, you sound like, talking to you is like talking Napoleon Dynamite with less charisma. That's what this is like for me. Okay?
Thank you.
That doesn't make you good.
Napoleon Dynamite was a childhood hero of mine.
I like Napoleon Dynamite, but I'm saying you are less charismatic than he is, and he was not charismatic.
Well, we're all less charismatic than Napoleon Dynamite, let's be real.
I don't know about that one.
I know about that one. Your views were in the pits.
Your views are in the pits. Excuse me, do we have to pull up the slideshow again? Do we have to pull up the slideshow again and show the difference in views that you get covering people like Destiny and NotSoErudite and Pisco for things that are way less serious than this?
And I don't see what the argument is here. So I cover other people, therefore what? What is the argument?
The argument is you have no leg to stand on when it comes to accusing other people of doing this for views. I'm doing this because I find it a very serious topic. Now let's get on to the actual topic.
You're doing nothing but Poppy and Zena. There's
no, that's not true. I'm doing other things. I'm doing other things.
I looked at your channel. It doesn't look like you're doing other things. I'll show you right now.
I upload things dedicated to specific topics, but I'm not only doing them. I have migrated more to a drama with a side of politics streamer, but that's what I've been for a while now. So.
Yeah, you were getting sub 500 views on your average videos. Like I'm not surprised.
No, that's not true. I have plenty of other videos that have gotten more views than that.
Not really, not unless they're covering exactly that kind of thing. Like here, I'll show you.
Are we going to cover the Poppy and Zena stuff or not?
I don't know. You didn't bring up the Poppy and Zena stuff except as window dressing to everything else.
No, I brought it up, but I wanted to address things that you've been saying about me prior to us entering this call.
How can I show this on the screen?
When you were on your stream prior to this call Sunday, prior to this debate on Xylie's channel,
you should be able to share your screen. You should be able to share.
No, I don't want to share my screen. I just wanted to put a thing on my window. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Did you or did you not accuse me of doing this for views? That's what I was addressing.
You're doing this for views.
Okay, so let's forget. You know what? Fine, whatever. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I think I provided enough evidence to say otherwise. But let's talk about the Poppy and Zena thing.
What evidence have you provided that you're not doing this for views? You just claimed that you're suddenly super interested in this.
I'm not suddenly super interested in this. I
don't believe you.
I am interested in anything where I think that people are abusing their positions of power for a vulnerable community.
Can I ask you a question?
Are we going to talk about Poppy and Zena or not?
Okay, yeah. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Okay. You've done how many videos on this now? Just ballpark it.
I don't know. How many videos have you done on NotSoErudite?
Between 5 and 7, I think. But I'm asking for a pertinent reason, though, to this conversation.
Not 5 and 7. Not between 5 and 7. Way more.
On specifically Erudite and the credentials thing, I think it's been about 5 and 7, no?
You've done so
Is it more?
You've
okay,
done
whatever. It doesn't
so
matter.
many
I
videos
am
on NotSoErudite that it is fucking
look.
ridiculous.
I'm not trying to dig at you for how many videos you've done. I just want to know, pursuant to making another statement, how many roughly off the top of your head have you done?
I don't know. Maybe like
10?
7, 10. Yeah, maybe.
7?
I wouldn't be surprised. 7 to 10.
Let's say 8. Let's say 8. Okay. In all of this time, have you seen anybody attempt to reach out to a licensing body and report Poppy for what she's doing?
Behind the scenes, absolutely, yeah.
Really? Who? When? Who?
I am talking with people behind the scenes who are
talking with people
in
behind
the
the
process,
scenes,
who are in the
Right.
process of doing that. Yes.
Who are in the process of doing that?
Yes.
How many weeks has this been going on now?
They are gathering the evidence. They want to make sure that when they file their complaint, that they have everything together as neatly as possible.
You got like 600 pages of documents. They're gathering evidence. What?
I also have multiple people who I am aware who have already filed complaints, but the main one, I believe, they're still making sure that when they file that complaint,
what body do they file complaints to, Stardust? Do you know?
I believe it's the Michigan like licensing for therapists, something like that.
The Michigan licensing for therapists.
I don't know the name of it. I know it's the Michigan body.
You know they're in Michigan. You know she's a therapist. Okay, got it. Has anybody spoken to a lawyer and looked into like sending a cease and desist letter?
They are speaking to a lawyer. Yes.
Really? And the lawyer advised them to start publishing 200-page documents full of logs, provoking them to respond, right? That's what the lawyer said?
I don't know if the lawyer has said that. But who has been...
I know you don't know if the lawyer has said that, because there's no lawyer. There's been no lawyer.
Sunday. Who has been going on for 5 months with no pushback? It's slandering somebody as... Who's been doing that?
I'm confused.
No
I'm confused as to why you think... I'm confused as to why you think that's a retort.
It is.
Do you know why? Do you know why a lawyer might recommend that you not, for example, when you're dealing with somebody attacking you in public, not start putting more information publicly in response to them? Can you think of reasons why they might recommend you not do that?
Can you repeat your question?
Yes. Why might a lawyer recommend that, and as they often do, that if somebody is slandering you in public or accusing you of something in public, why would they recommend that you not start litigating this on social media in public with like logs and screenshots and statements,
if you already are, if you're going to court, there might be a reason for that. But again,
no, not if you're going to court. They will tell you not to. They will tell you not to go on social media at all.
Sunday. My issue is not whether lawyers are involved with this. My issue is your inconsistency in covering this.
What inconsistency?
You are so inconsistent that you are willing to go balls deep into people who've done way less.
Okay, rephrase that, please.
Than somebody who has been slandering somebody for 5 months as...
I was not aware they were slandering someone for 5 months. I don't associate with these people. The only reason why I've gone after the people that I have is because of either specific political disagreements or because in the case of NotSoErudite, she leveraged credentials that she didn't have
in
order to make claims pertaining to psychology.
How about somebody who's leveraging credentials that they do have to prey upon people in a vulnerable community?
Well, then you report them to the licensing body. That's your first step. You send a cease and desist letter. That's the second step.
You don't think that people have a right to push back on the narrative that's been presented about them?
Have I ever said nobody has a right to push back on the narrative that's presented to them?
You basically did. You had a problem with them. You called what Snowflake did.
How so?
You called what Snowflake did a media tour when she gave one interview to somebody.
Yeah, I was under the impression she had given multiple interviews. I think the one interview was a mistake, by the way.
Maybe if you did some reading beforehand, you would have been better informed on it.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe you should have done some reading on all the evidence that was being spoon-fed to you instead of making really stupid claims about what's going on.
Like what? That,
for example, Milena should have not written the documents the way that she did. I mean, even going over...
She shouldn't have written the documents the way that she did. They're too long. Look, it's very simple. You have two very strong claims, right? Very strong claims. Very easy to defend. Poppy tried to coerce this person or bully this person or whatever into a sexual long-term relationship with her. And then second, she slandered them in public. That 200-page document, first of all, makes you look crazy to a lot of people. It's like, oh wow, this is like, what is this? It does. You got like all of these logs about every bad thing they've ever done. you've got like this additional thing on, oh, they're a bad parent, they're a bad this and that.
They are.
Probably all true. Maybe all true. But the problem is that now all of a sudden you've got one party claiming this to me, and you've got the other party going, here's this 200-page document. Let me tell you why we disagree. And what's going to end up happening is that document is going to stand as an invitation for Zena and Poppy to respond. It's not going to stop them from saying anything. And now they're going to start pouring through this and replying to things. And it's going to escalate. And that accusation, that slander, that calling this no flake person, that may get way beyond where it's able to reach right now, which is basically nobody. Nobody's seen it. Look at the tweets they have. There's like nothing there.
That's not true.
It's pretty true.
They have a decent amount of influence in their community and in the communities around them.
Like what influence? What influence do they have?
What do you mean? What influence? They are content creators. They have regular viewership. Secondly,
having regular viewership is not having influence. Almost virtually every.
Let me finish. Regardless of whether people published a 200+ page document or several 200-page plus documents, prior to that, nobody was saying anything. Did Poppy and Zena stop alleging what they were alleging? No. In fact, they kept going. So whether or not those documents came out or not,
right? So did somebody report them? Did somebody report them to? Did somebody report them to a licensing body? Did someone send?
I already responded to
you. Did somebody talk to a lawyer? Did somebody send a cease and desist letter?
People are in the process of doing that. Why the fuck should anybody care about your not-so-erudite coverage when you aren't willing to hold the same standards to people who are in the same community as you, who are preying upon vulnerable people, who are, who market their communities as a safe place for vulnerable people?
What are you talking about holding the same standards? I immediately condemned them when I knew about it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, bringing people onto your stream to be super condescending towards them, I think it's interesting.
How was I condescending towards them? In my judgment, I think the moves they made were unwise, and I think they endanger them for the reasons I've given. This is not very complicated.
Out of your ass
to understand.
Out of your ass with information that you were misinformed on. Misinformed on.
I love you. Sorry, say that again.
You talked out of with information that you were misinformed on.
But what are you talking about? Specify.
Again, we just did it. Media tour that somehow Poppy and Zena wouldn't.
Is that it? I was under a misapprehension. I was under a misapprehension that she talked to multiple people. That's it.
That's a pretty big detail. That's a pretty big detail to call it a media tour. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody who's getting slandered for months yeah, absolutely. Secondly, that people aren't already contacting licensing organizations. Third, that people aren't already in contact with lawyers. Fourth, that people that
people were I know for a fact
that people not publishing these documents would somehow stop Poppy.
I don't know, but I already your mic's speaking, by the way.
What they're saying.
You're cutting out a little bit.
To say
like your audio quality is getting considerably worse. So like maybe adjust your mic a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. They're.
Thank you.
They are continuing to say what they're saying. They're continuing to slander No Flake, regardless of whether anything came out. It makes no sense to me why No Flake and everybody else involved in this are required to stay silent when Poppy and Zena not only are making statements on social media, but doing actual streams, streams on them.
Yeah, okay. Who's said that they're required to stay silent? What are you talking about?
You were the one suggesting that they don't make these documents.
Okay, so me suggesting that they not make a document, which I don't think I actually did say, but me suggesting they not make a document, that's telling them they don't have a right to speak about this publicly? What?
What is your point in all of this? What was your point in lecturing them?
That's my question. That's the question I'm asking. What is your point in all this, Star?
My point in this is that I think it's despicable that two people one of whom is a therapist, one of whom has all of the knowledge required to know the ethics in this. And by the way, we've pulled up the list of ethics for counselors on stream. Somebody who knows all of this is weaponizing their knowledge, marketing their community as a safe space for mentally vulnerable people who probably already have family issues, who don't have people around them to guide them. And this person has a history of being a sex pest, and they are using this knowledge to abuse people in their community.
Yep. So you know what I think we shouldn't do? we shouldn't start aggregating a bunch of logs that expose the intimate details of people relating to them for people like on Kiwi Farms, for example, to pick apart and dig into. Yeah?
I don't give a fuck.
Because what I speculate, this is just me musing, but what I speculate Zena and Poppy are trying to do here is they're kind of banking. At a certain point, it's going to get boring with them. But those other people, they're going to linger in their imaginations. And maybe they'll dig into them a little bit in the future. And then they'll get their revenge or whatever.
If you actually, first off, the people
you have better insight into Zena and Poppy's psychology? Okay. Lay it on me.
Okay. First off, Poppy and Zena were already revealing intimate details when they would do streams on people. When they do streams on people, slandering them. So
sure.
I think it's completely fair that after months of not getting their stories out, that they are allowed to get their stories out. Secondly,
who said they're not allowed to get their stories out?
Secondly, you are. Secondly,
who said that? I didn't say that. Hang on.
Secondly,
that's an accusation.
Secondly,
where have I said they're not allowed to get their stories out?
Secondly, let me finish. Secondly,
where have I accused them of not being able to get their stories out?
The people on Kiwi Farms are, if anything, if you've read what they've said on Kiwi Farms, if anything, they have said that they might politically disagree with the people involved in this, that they actually feel bad for the victims in this case, and that they wish them the best. So yeah, we can doomer about Kiwi Farms all we want. We can
So just to be clear, hang on, just to be clear,
Kiwi Farms as an argument is not good enough.
Let me know when you're finished your Braveheart speech.
Okay. Naming Kiwi Farms is not good enough as an argument to me. Sorry.
Okay, wait a minute. I have a question. I
kind of had a question though.
Okay,
I kind of had a question though. Can I ask, please, just quickly, and then yeah. Brilliant. So just so we're clear, you think that Kiwi Farms, the people who almost as like a 50% of their activity is on there, just A-log random trans people and call them various things I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about on here, go after like their intimate sexual details, their families, etc. Every single Discord mod from Keffels, like anyone who remotely smacks them is like an embarrassing weirdo on there by their lights. Right?
You know who else say A-log?
You think, just to be clear, so you think
who else
those
say A-log?
people?
They also A-log Nazis. Did you know
sure.
that?
So just to be clear,
their biggest threads on Kiwi Farms are of Nazis and far
right
people.
They're basically the Inglorious Bastards. But yeah, they're heroes. But like, just to be clear, so you're running with people who go after those people specifically, the people we're talking about. You think when like are you a infant? Like, do you think all of a sudden they're like, we all of a sudden care so much about the plight. We all of a sudden care so much. We all of a sudden care. I would love to finish this.
They A-logged.
We all of a sudden care so much about these polyamorous neo-pronoun using trans people who are like this poly person. That you think they care about? Are you?
They have a significant trans community, yeah. So I mean, like, who gives a?
It ain't that kind of community.
They're literally a gossip website. I don't care. You can't use the Kiwi Farms argument with me. I don't give a.
Well, I'm not really making a Kiwi Farms argument. What I'm kind of saying is, you spinning this as like, like they're on side somehow. That's a weird.
They don't give a about the victims in this. They've said the most they've said about the victims. That's my point. The most
that's my point, Star. They don't give a.
They give a about the people abusing their power, abusing their knowledge. They don't give a about going after victims.
Really?
Not in this one.
All right. Well, that's a decision.
You had tonight?
This is my first.
How many beers have? Oh, is it your first one? Okay.
My first.
Yeah. All right.
Of two.
Can we get into how you said that President Sunday said he didn't care or shouldn't have? What was that first part that you said? That he didn't. What did you say that he said that the person shouldn't have written the document or shouldn't have done that? What was the first part?
The whole stream was very confusing because on one end he's saying that No Flake shouldn't have gone out and told her story. Then he's saying,
there you go.
Then he's saying, I didn't say that she shouldn't tell her story. In fact, I understand why she wants to go tell her story. Then he says, I don't think that Milena should have written these documents the way that she did. And then he says, I don't have a problem with the document. So I don't know what it is, Sunday. You flip-flopped like crazy during that stream.
Well, I think what I said was talking off the cuff, unscripted, with some random YouTube drama channel comes with risks and comes with very few benefits. Nobody's going to see this. I think the thing is like 1,000 views.
Sure.
And it invites the opportunity for her to say something that can be used against her for whatever reason. It can be spun in whatever way, or it invites a response, or it invites a response.
It doesn't matter if it invites a response because Poppy and Zena would be responding.
It could still. Well, it does a little bit. Like, let's say, for example, they get it into their heads that, you know, I don't think people are kind of buying this whole sex under deception thing as like a justification for calling no flag this. Why don't we just say something else? Like, oh, by the way, in addition to that, she was a little bit pushy in the bedroom. Ooh,
but we
hard
know
to
that's
disprove.
Not the case. We know that's not the case.
We don't know this.
We do because we have the logs. Because if you looked at the logs instead
really?
of coming into this completely unprepared,
what log disproves, for example,
instead of coming into this
an
completely
account,
unprepared,
what
you
log?
can see that both sides acknowledge. Snowflake and Poppy both acknowledge that Poppy was the one who initiated sex.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
That doesn't matter. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your hey Stardust. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
Poppy and Zena. Poppy admitted.
Okay. Just stop yapping for a second. I'm gonna blow your mind. Yeah, I know.
An interview with Liana. Wait, no, you don't have the information on this. So listen to me. Leah Kersner.
It doesn't matter. You're not.
Okay, let her finish.
They did an interview with Liana Kersner. They did an interview with Liana Kersner where Poppy admitted in that interview that she was the one who initiated sex.
Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
You can initiate sex and still have bad things done to you afterwards.
Sure.
You can even be assaulted afterwards.
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
But Poppy does not say that.
That's a
Poppy says
she doesn't say that now, right?
No, she does not say that. She
doesn't say a lot of things. What if
deception because she was under the impression that she was going to have a relationship with Snowflake when she actually in the logs with Snowflake right prior that night or the night prior said that, oh, are we still broken up? She knew that they were broken up.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Unfortunately, like, none of this establishes anything.
You haven't read any.
No, none of this establishes
anything.
You haven't read
anything.
Star.
Why should I engage in this conversation with you? Because you're an idiot who doesn't prepare for anything.
Star, literally none of this establishes your case to a third party beyond the shadow of a doubt. That's a problem.
They have the right to tell their story, and you.
I never said they don't have the right to tell their story. I don't know who you're arguing with.
You had your problems with it. You were arguing with them.
Yeah, they made stupid decisions. Dumb decisions.
Okay,
dumb decisions all around. You're making a stupid decision right now.
Maybe they made stupid decisions. I think you are the stupidest decision that anybody's ever done, honestly. Your mom having you is a stupid decision. Like, let's be real.
It was.
But
really. It really was. Poor woman.
Anything else?
Yeah, did you lose weight? You look good.
I appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe.
Tell me your secret sometime.
Are y'all done? Is the fight over with now? So we don't have to read a bunch of quote tweets? I mean...
Here's the thing. I wanted to like President Sunday. I did. I've said this before. I really did want to like him because I think he's kind of goofy. And I was trying to do the whole like, oh, I'm Joker, he's Batman thing initially when I thought he was just a goofy guy, you know?
But then you realized you were the Penguin.
Maybe we, you know, have different political leanings. But I thought, you know, he's a goofy guy. I can be Joker, he can be Batman, whatever, and I'll be like a weirdo, and it'll be a great ongoing bit, and this could be something really, really funny ongoing. But I don't know, the more that I watched of him, the more disappointed I became, because it seems like he is more willing to do things like go after people like NotSoErudite, Brianna Wu, Pisco, than, you know, for views.
Brianna Wu also lied about a degree, by the way. I learned about that a few months ago.
Who you will go after for way less serious things. None of them have used their power or their credentials to coerce people into entering relationships with them and to verbally abuse them and to make them feel like they're at fault for being verbally abused. None of them have done that. You can have problems with things that they've done, like whether you have an issue with NotSoErudite about, you know, advising people on getting therapists or whatever, right? You can have problems with that. But she still has not done anything to the gravity that Poppy and Zena have.
I agree. What's your point?
My point is, again, that there's an inconsistency here. You are willing to go so
What's the
deep.
You
You are willing to go so deep.
No, it's really simple. It's really simple.
Are you gonna let me answer the question?
You've been rambling the entire time.
You asked me a question. Do you want me to answer it?
It's really simple.
Yes or no.
It's really
yes or no. Yes or no?
It's really simple.
If it's no, say
Have
no.
I actually finished a single sentence?
You asked
tonight,
me a
like,
question.
uninterrupted.
You asked me a question.
It's really simple. It's not so erudite. There's a very clear, simple, clear-cut thing that she's doing.
So
that
the
I'm
answer is no.
objective.
Okay. All right.
If this was
let
some
him
convoluted,
finish. Let him finish.
if there
Go
was
ahead.
some convoluted drama involving her sexual relationships with other people, it would probably take a lot to get me to touch that with a 50-foot pole. It's not my business. I'm not interested in that. It's not the kind of thing I like to wade through. In this particular case, the only reason why I was wading into it is because me saying, hey, this stuff's coming to my ears, and I'm seeing people fighting about it in the server. Let's put a freeze on this till I'm out of the hospital and I have time to look into it. This is now being taken as evidence of me carrying water for Zena and Poppy. Now I'm like, okay, I guess I have to look at this now.
Sunday, I will say I'm willing to give you some leeway there and say, if you were in the hospital, I was not aware of that, and I don't think that you were preventing people.
Well, you have somebody spying on our server. Like, surely you saw, for example, the fact that I unbanned discussion of Poppy and Zena myself.
I don't have people spying on your server. I don't.
Well, then where'd your screenshots come
servers.
from? Where'd that come from?
What screenshot?
Well, what was the basis for you saying that I banned discussion of Zena and Poppy in my server in the first place?
Somebody tweeted what somebody else
which was a
tweeted
screenshot of my server, yeah?
Right, that's somebody else. I don't have people spying on your server.
Sure, whatever. So, but there are people, though, who are like, so you just didn't know about that? You didn't bother to go in and check? You didn't bother to ask, maybe? Like, hey, Sunday, I noticed that your friends, not my friends, by the way, I have no association with them, but your friends, Zena and Poppy, are doing all this bad stuff, and you're awfully quiet. What's the deal? Nothing. We're just down to
we're not on talking terms, and I already thought that
we're talking right now.
Wait,
you had to unblock me to make that tweet.
Yes, I did, and guess what? Part of the
that means you were. That means no, Star. That means
Sunday. The reason
I was blocked and you weren't.
Issue with you. I don't
have a problem talking to you.
I don't give a fuck.
It's easy.
I don't give a fuck about your Discord server. What I give a fuck about is you choosing to go so hard on NotSoErudite, go so hard on all these other people and get way more views with them, but God forbid you go in on Poppy and Zena because they won't give you the views that you need. You want to talk about, let's talk about the actual story. You told them.
No, it's because it's messy and personal and boring to me.
You told the victims to
disengage. I didn't know the details.
You told the victims to disengage as soon as KF got involved. You told that their timing of their document drop.
I didn't tell them. Hang on, whoa! Did I tell them to disengage? Did I tell them to disengage?
You told them that because KF latched onto this, that they shouldn't be engaging in this. You told them that.
Well, I probably said in my opinion. I probably said in my opinion it'd be a good idea to disengage from disengage wouldn't even be the word. It's probably a good idea to stop putting out more information, more and more logs and things like that. That's probably very unwise. It'd be a good idea to not do that. I probably said something like that. I didn't tell anybody not to. I didn't say, hey, you're not allowed to do this, guys. You got to stop. You got to stop now.
You were flip-flopping so much.
Actually, there's only one person. There's only one person that I told that you need to stop this right now. That's Poppy. I believe on the 10th. When I decided, hey, guys, you can talk about this. They've made this public.
Okay.
And that was with minimal information. I just saw that they were still, going after, interpersonal stuff using their social media platform. Okay.
You haven't.
Guys,
you can't do this. You've got people who have gathered information meticulously into documents to talk about.
So if somebody was of a disposition to start, digging into the personal lives of the victims in this case, they've done all their work for them. A lot of it, anyways. A lot of stuff to latch on to.
But that is not what's happening.
But it kind of is. I think Queeman even had coverage of this, and he had an unsympathetic view of the kid, right?
Even if that is the case, that people are using this as an excuse to dig into other people, that doesn't mean that those people don't have a right to give their side of the story and publish the logs that they want to publish. And it would. I
never said they don't have a right to.
It would help. It would
help. I said if they were motivated. I said if they were motivated to stop the slander or to stop this from escalating further, posting all those logs in the way that they're doing, it's probably not a wise move.
Sunday.
I didn't say they don't have a right to do anything.
It would probably help if you knew what was actually in the logs instead of just judging them without knowing what's in them.
Well, no, because what I was
You don't know
judging
what's in
of the
them.
logs,
You're claiming.
what I was judging of the logs, was their format, which is 200 pages of just
Yes.
logs,
What
just
are victims,
assembled
what are
vertically.
victims required to do? What do people always ask victims to do when they are alleging abuse? Provide evidence.
No. If you're alleging abuse, and especially abuse of somebody, for example, who is like a licensed like doctor or therapist or something, you do not provide evidence to the internet. You talk to a lawyer and you report them to their licensing body.
There are people
and you
talking
go
to
that
lawyers.
way. And maybe you report them to like the platforms they're doing it on. But like, I'm sorry, what the fuck are you going to do about this, Stardust? Like, you're the audience for this document.
You are assuming that there is sensitive information about these victims in the documents.
They concern accusations. Every piece of information in there is definitionally sensitive.
You are assuming that there is personal information.
The names of the people involved.
The names
are
of
sensitive.
the people involved were released by Poppy. What is wrong with you? You don't even know the basics of this story.
What does them being released by Poppy have anything to do with this?
You are saying that them releasing these documents is putting that information out there. That information was already out there with no pushback.
So just to be clear, okay, slow down. So what you're saying, slow down. So what you're saying is that all of the information from those logs was already published by Zena and Poppy. All of it. There's nothing new.
The private information, for example, the name of people, yes. But their story, their pushback on this, saying no, this is not true. That was not out there.
But hang on. So you're telling me that in that 200-page document, none of the screenshots, none of like all of the stuff, all of it was old news, right?
No, it wasn't old news.
So it was new. It was new logs. It was new information that wasn't available publicly. That Zena and Poppy hadn't publicized, right?
You're obfuscating. So what
am I obfuscating?
You are saying.
I'm asking a pretty pointed question. Like, was there new information in the docs, or was there not?
Your initial claim was that the release of these documents would release personal, private information that would lead people to dig in more into the victims. That is not the case, because any personal private information, aka names of people, was already released by Poppy. There were no names.
Well, no, because these DMs, for example, of like the kid.
She is the one who doxed Haley's name.
These DMs.
Not those documents. Not those documents.
Sure.
Even Spawn.
Yeah, whatever.
Spawn.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
The child. Even the child. The personal information, the name of the child, was not released in those documents. Who released that Who released the name of the child?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does
no,
matter.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm about to explain why. It doesn't matter. I'm about to explain. I like how like the premise of all of this is you're lecturing me. I'm not going through like 500 pages of document, but you're not letting me finish a sentence, and you're still responding to me.
Lecturing here. You're the one who is condescending to the victims. So
Can we just like step back from this whole thing for a second? Can I just level with you? You're not stupid. Waiting. You're not stupid, but you look really stupid. And there's a simple reason for this. You have hedged all your bets on somehow, maybe on a dice roll, cracking into like getting reasonably successful, just being C-tier drama monger on like social media or whatever. But as a consequence of this, you don't look like you're good at anything. You don't have an identity. You just jump from like fad to fad to fad, or whatever you think will like give you. Oh, I'll get 1,000 views from this VOD. Which is why you've only been doing Zena and Poppy stuff for like the past few.
Again,
like a month or so.
Let me reiterate to you. You are the one who does coverage on topics that are way less serious for more views. In fact, to me, what it looks like is that you didn't want to cover Poppy and Zena because it wouldn't give you enough views. It wouldn't give you enough views.
I have like an entire theory playlist.
You don't give a topic that doesn't give you the views that you want.
But I do though.
You don't.
I do. That's why I most drama stuff. I skip most of it.
You would never do.
Do you see me covering red pill shit? Do you see me covering like
Sunday? You would never do coverage of a topic that gave you sub 500 views. You never would. Because
I do all the time.
You
I did one on Foucault and SCP the other day.
I'm sorry, you never would. You go in on people like NotSoErudite and Destiny.
But I
and
do,
Pisco
though.
and Brianna Wu because it gives you massive views, not because
Look, I'll show
it
you.
gives you.
Brianna Wu does not give me
you-
massive views.
you
10,000
fucking-
views is not massive views.
Okay,
There are no
that is
massive
in
views at the
comparison.
level we're
In
operating at.
comparison to me covering Poppy and Zena, which gets me the most 3.3K views. Really?
Look, let's see here. Let's see
You
here.
have no.
I've got a
principles.
video. I've got
You
a
have no
video essay.
principles.
I've got
You
a
don't
video
wanna
essay here.
cover
Look.
Poppy and, you don't
Here,
wanna
hang
cover
on, hang on.
Poppy and Zena
Yeah,
because it
yeah,
doesn't
I'm
give
sure.
you enough
Look,
views.
look.
That's it. That's
Look.
it.
Yes.
That's the
Sons
end
of
it.
Gondor
You-
of Rohan, my
you look
brothers.
You
Look,
look like
I've got a
person
video
who
essay
has
here.
no
I've got a video
principles.
essay here.
You have.
I've got a video essay here.
principles.
1.7K views. Okay, this is over a month. Why God cannot be both personal and timeless. I deal with like.
Right, but if it
Actually,
God
you'd find
forbid-
this really cool.
God
Fuck,
forbid
where'd the
it's
book go?
leftists. God
Oh, is
forbid
this
it's
still in my bag?
leftists.
You
God
heard?
forbid it's leftists abusing people.
What do you mean, God forbid it's leftists? What? What are you talking about?
You don't want to cover it if it's an abuse story that's going to get
Lady.
you less than 5
Lady.
views.
Yeah, lady. I torched
Madam,
Vosh.
Madam,
I torched Vosh. Lady.
I torched Vosh.
Moderator. There was
Yes,
moderation.
because it
yes?
gave you views.
What's up? All right, all right.
I just want to
Let him
say a
finish.
thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I torched Vosh, who's the biggest lefty in my reach.
And it gave you more than 5K views.
I
didn't
torched
it?
Vosh,
It gave
who is
you
the
more than
biggest
5K
lefty
views, didn't it?
in my reach.
Let him finish. Let him
I
finish.
torched Vosh, burned that bridge immediately over cartoon porn. How has that benefited me? What are you talking about?
That gave you more than 5K views, did it not? How many views?
Yeah,
did you
for
get
like
from
a
that?
week.
Yeah, don't come at me for the.
That's
fucking
not
views
a
shit.
that's
When
not
you
a
are-
business decision.
When you are
Stardust.
unwilling to cover important topics that give you less of the views that you want. Why are you still associated with Chariot TV?
I'm associate. What? What are you talking about?
You know Chariot TV?
I know of Cherry TV. I think I spoke to her once in like the last 2 years.
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about?
Apparently,
What
they've
about
admitted
Cherry
to-
TV?
Apparently, they've admitted to raping a woman. So I mean,
Have they?
yeah,
Well, that's bad.
yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm just.
What do you want me?
saying,
Okay, hang on.
there's a
Slow down.
history here. There's a
Slow
history here
down.
of you.
Yeah. Slow down. Slow down.
If the allegations of abuse,
You mean me going after Xander Hall? You know, I went after Demon Mom before too when I was a leftist, right?
I don't.
I went after. I was
fucking care.
Xander
I
Hall,
don't-
Keffels, Vosh.
These are people who gave
Like
you
who's
so
who's
many
left
views.
at this point?
You-
Shark.
you-
I haven't gone
these
after
are-
Shark yet.
These are people who
Your
have
next
given you
shark.
so many
Mark me.
views. Sunday,
Moby
you're
Dick's
missing
my favorite
point.
book, and you're in the
missing my
ballpark of
point.
a whale.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point.
You have a point.
You did not read any of the documents that were meticulously gathered, and you are making
Run number 2, by the way.
assumptions. You're making assumptions of that these documents are disclosing private information that is going to be at risk to the victims. You have not read them. You don't have
Any
the ability-
information is at risk to the victims.
You have not read
Any
them
information
to
is
make that-
definitionally at risk to the victims.
You've not read them to make that determination.
It doesn't matter. Any information, true or false, is a risk to the victims. Any information is an invitation for them to double down, to escalate, Even if every single thing they say is completely kosher, they're completely safe from a legal point of view, that is still going to provide some kind of agitation to Zena and Poppy to start doing this
They were
more.
already agitated. They were already doing this. They were already doing this nonstop.
Yeah, because people in their infinite wisdom did not decide, for example, to go to the platforms that are hosting them. Did not decide to go to the licensing board. Did not decide to go to a lawyer.
They have gone to the licensing board. You just haven't.
Yeah,
you haven't
months
been
later.
keeping
Well,
track.
hang on. Slow down, Cowboy.
Not months later.
After
they have been going.
no. People say they have done so. I've seen no evidence of this whatsoever.
Do you think that
Yes.
having these logs
do.
released wouldn't help people also understand how bad it is that these people still have licenses?
There are 200 pages. Nobody's reading this.
They are reading it.
Nobody is reading this.
Only you have.
The highest viewed video on this topic is 15K views. Nobody is seeing this. That's spread out over continents, by the way.
Okay.
Like
Sunday.
you and I are
That
talking about
too.
this between countries. This
They
matters
lost
a little
their
bit.
White forests. They lost their white forest over this.
Ooh, wow. Damn. Have they stopped?
No, they haven't.
So what did that matter then?
You were talking about how come people.
I'm sorry. Just to be clear. Hang on. Wait. So do you think? Hang on.
Answer it.
No. Yeah. Shut up for a sec. Do you think?
You asked me a question. I'm going to answer it. You
Yeah,
said,
let her answer.
you-
Let her answer.
You
Let her answer.
said. You said have people gone after their jobs or gone after the websites that they're posted on? Yes, and yes, they lost their job. Poppy lost her job. Secondly, yes, they lost their white forest. Thirdly,
it sounds like Poppy's boss was already aware of her social media activities before she lost her job. No,
but this ended up being
Poppy losing her job. Hang on, no. Here's the part that I don't think you're understanding. If the goal is to help the victims, then Poppy being hurt is irrelevant if she is continuing to hurt the victims. I wasn't asking you anything.
You were asking me if people had been doing those two things. I'm answering you yes.
On what evidence?
Sunday?
What evidence? Have they spoken to a lawyer? Because there's certainly no lawyer's advice.
The evidence
in any of things that they're doing.
Under what evidence do you mean? Okay, Sunday, you said that, oh, this doesn't mean anything unless people are contacting the sites that host them and contacting.
No, it means nothing. It means nothing.
So you're taking that
if
back.
She doesn't. I'm not taking anything back. It means nothing if she's not stopping, and if it escalates. That you've made it worse, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you've made it worse. If it escalates, if it goes farther, you've made it worse.
The fact that she lost her job, I think, is a good thing.
Really? What does that accomplish?
Because she's not.
It looks to me
have influence over more clients to take advantage of. Are you kidding me?
Well, it looks like she has more free time now to devote to this.
She was already doing it. She was already.
Well, was she sexually involved with her clients in this job?
We don't know.
We don't know. So it's distinctly possible that actually all you've achieved is given her more impetus and more time to seek vengeance, right?
She leaked private health information of a patient. She's done that much.
Which patient?
I don't know the name of the patient, but it's something that she accidentally leaked in a conversation with somebody.
Oh, so this is immaterial to this discussion then, because this is her being
it's not immaterial.
Dumb.
This is
well, because you said it was an accident.
No,
you said it was an accident. It's not abuse. It's negligence, right?
This is a HIPAA. It doesn't matter if it's a negligence. It's a HIPAA violation. It doesn't matter if it's negligence. It's
so
a HIPAA violation.
has somebody taken this to the licensing board?
Again, yes. You would
show me the report. Show me the report.
Know these things.
Show me the report. Confirm this.
You would
show
know
me.
These things.
Sunday. Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know this?
Things if you talk to
do you know this? Star, do you know this? Show me the evidence of you knowing this.
People.
Show me the evidence of you knowing this right now.
I don't have the screenshots of the reports.
I know you don't. I know.
But
it's okay.
I have multiple people saying that they are doing it. I don't need a report.
They are doing it now, so they haven't done it. They
have, or they are in the process of doing it. Yes.
Yeah, now we're walking it back. Now, they haven't done it. Now they're doing it.
No.
Really?
We're not walking it back. There are multiple people who have talked about filing complaints to the licensing board. It doesn't matter. The only person who's walked anything back in this conversation is you.
You have no idea.
Is you. Yeah, because you're drunk. Okay. So anyways,
I'm not that much of a lightweight. Look at me.
Okay. I don't care. Okay? The only person who's walked things back in this conversation is you. Because you, at one point, said, oh, this only matters if people are reporting people to the licensing board and getting them taken off of their platforms. Then I said, yes, they are. And also, this person lost their job and lost their white forest. And you said, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because they haven't stopped. They're still on the platforms. They're still on the platform.
Which one is it?
They still haven't stopped.
Which one is it?
What?
Which one is it? Which one? What do you want from these people?
What do you mean, which one is it?
What do you want from these people?
Well, I want Zena and Poppy to stop, and I want the victims to move on with their lives.
This is about community safety, and if there are enough people out there who are saying...
Well, they're not going to, because you haven't gone to the platforms, you haven't gone to the licensing board, etc., etc.
They have.
Instead, a whole bunch of absolutely useless, talentless decided, oh boy, I'm going to make content out of this. This is going to be my big break. I'll be the next Nicholas D'Orio.
You don't.
But none of you have any charisma, so you won't.
You don't.
Except you. You got potential. You just gotta you gotta be something.
Again,
what are you drinking, by the way?
Coming from the guy who is literally the less charismatic version. Coming from the guy who is the less charismatic version of Napoleon Dynamite, and probably can't.
Why not Dwight Schrute? Why Napoleon Dynamite? Napoleon Dynamite wins the girl. Has a sick dance. Is beloved by the entire
I'm
generation
saying
of
that
students who watched him.
you are the dollar store version of him. You don't have any of those qualities that make him
I'm the
good. You only have
Walmart
the bad
version,
ones.
okay? Hey, look. Okay? I may not be much, but I have some pride. I'm the Walmart version of Napoleon Dynamite.
What I was saying,
and I got a degree.
Okay, what I was saying is that these people are content creators. Other content creators who are shedding light on this, and other people who were victims of them and involved in their community shedding light on this is a good thing.
Is accomplishing what? Is accomplishing what? What's it accomplishing, sir?
If you let me finish. Do you want to let me finish?
Well, what's it accomplishing?
I will tell you if you let me finish.
Yeah, but you're gonna like talk about something unrelated.
Yeah, well, let
for
her
like
finish. Let her finish.
This is again, chat. What did I say at the beginning of this? What would he do? He would try to interrupt and try to steamroll to distract from whenever you try to make a good point. So these people are content creators. Other content creators making content saying that these people are abusers. People who were previously involved in their community saying that they're abusers. People shedding light on this is a good thing because they see this. If you Google Poppy and Zena, you will see all of these things come up. And anybody who's thinking of getting involved in this community that markets itself as a safe place for vulnerable people are going to have second thoughts. Is that not worth anything to you?
Answer?
No.
You can't dance like them. I'm sorry. You can't. You do not have the
can't.
skills.
I can't.
You do not.
You don't have the swag. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to butt in on that one.
You're
tried, though. You tried. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
They don't have a safe place. Anybody who thinks that they have a safe place.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to anything you were saying. I was like setting up a thing.
Okay, of course you were. Yeah, because again, this is what he does, all right? What did I say at the beginning of this chat? That he does 3 tactics. He acts like your points are boring to him, and he can't be bothered by them.
I'm not acting
doing right now.
I'm not that good an actor. They just are.
Okay, yeah, and then you're not a good actor. I can already tell. Right? These are deflection tactics. You're a actor, and you shouldn't even be trying this. That's why we're able to identify it, Sunday. That's why everybody says the same thing about you, that you're so at pretending you don't give a shit about things.
Sorry, what's that?
Yes, exactly.
You and Beckett still together? What's going on there?
Well, yeah, we're still together.
Poor bastard.
Hey, you leave my bestie out of this.
No, I like Beckett.
Do you not care about community safety?
I feel for him. I do, which is why I have an issue with you endangering it.
Do you not think, again, that all of this attention on that community not being a safe place might be good for other people who are potentially thinking of joining that community?
It's not getting any attention.
It is getting attention.
It's not, no.
If you search Poppy and Zena, it's coming up.
Nobody's searching Poppy and Zena who doesn't already know about Poppy and Zena Star.
Yes.
Yeah.
They market themselves as a safe place for vulnerable people. And I think that, yes,
can I level with you?
If
NotSoErudite was as much of a media failure as Poppy and Zena, I wouldn't bother with her.
Do you think that legal action will help educate the communities on Poppy and Zena?
What the f are you talking about? Legal action could prevent them legally from engaging in what they're doing.
Yeah, it stops them from slandering somebody, sure.
Yeah.
But does it educate communities around who might potentially?
Here's a question: Why is there?
Answer my question.
No,
Answer my question. Answer my question. Do you think?
I think they're being
legal action that prevents them from slandering somebody is going to do jack shit for the communities around them that might potentially think of joining them. Answer the question.
Yeah, because then you can say they were. What I don't think you're
no, it
sue
wouldn't
them. I don't think
because
that's
the legal action has nothing to do with educating the communities around them.
What the f are you talking about?
It does.
What are you talking about?
You said there's no defamation cause. You yourself said there's no defamation.
I said
cause.
what? Sorry, there's no defamation cause. What?
Or case? Yeah, whatever. You
case.
Said there's no defamation case. You yourself.
I don't think there's necessarily no defamation case, but it's very hard to prove. Very hard to prove.
Okay, so
but that's immaterial. No, look. It's very simple.
Legal action would not educate the community; it would just shut them up.
Star. No, look. It's very simple. I happen to know, for example, that like people like Demon Mama have stonewalled them already. Like they're not giving them any.
They stonewalled them a long time ago, but yeah.
Actually, well, good for her. Yeah. So like, why not, for example, have a brief document of like 4 or 5 pages. It's like, hey. Here's them doing X, Y, and Z, and with hyperlinks to a longer document that has all these details that you privately share with creators in the vicinity, in the general, like the same orbit as Poppy and Zena, so that they can tell people like, hey guys, just steer clear, you know, in a way that makes it so that Poppy and Zena aren't then referring specifically to those logs and attacking the people mentioned in them, so that their profile is raised along with them, so that people in Kiwi Farms or people wherever aren't digging into their personal lives. Why not just do that?
You don't think that Kiwi Farms would eventually latch onto that? You think Kiwi Farms?
Well, I thought you just said, "Well, slow down."
You don't think that
slow down,
Star. Kiwi Farmers in
slow down, Star. Slow down, Star. I thought you were just saying that they were sympathetic.
I'm sorry.
They're sympathetic to the victims, right? You were all on about that earlier.
Yeah, you are the one who's talking about Kiwi Farms, so I'm asking you. You don't think?
But you said about Kiwi Farms. You retorted, and you said, "Well, Kiwi Farms actually, Kiwi Farms. Even this is so bad that even Kiwi Farms is defending the victims. Yes. We don't want anything to do with Zena and Poppy's child and their like sexual liaisons or whatever. We are only concerned with them. Back off, barbarians. Leave these innocents alone." That's your take on Kiwi Farms.
Okay. Sunday, you just asked why not have this thing, and so it's this 4 to 5 page document that goes out to creators only, so it doesn't get picked up by Kiwi Farms in general. Why the do I care whether Kiwi Farms picks it up? Why?
Well, because they have a historical. Because they have a historical. You asked me a question. Can I answer?
Sure, answer it, and then
They have a historical record of digging into the personal details of trans people in particular who were associated with high-profile trans people who they're, digging into as lolcows,
Let me finish what I was saying.
That's why, for example, just to very quickly finish my point, that's why, for example, moderators who have basically no public existence from Keffel's Discord were, like, dug into, their personal identities exposed in those threads, right?
Right?
Yeah.
But, do
you want that happening to No Flake or to Spawn?
The magnitude of Keffel's...
Or to, like, No Flake's other partner, Sora, I think it is, right? Like, why do I know that name? That's not good.
Sunday, you asked me, why don't they make a 4 to 5 page document that only the content creators get and Kiwi Farms doesn't get? Let me break some news to you, buddy, okay? Newsflash, Kiwi Farmers are made up of normal people who watch content creators. They're gonna get that information anyways, and it doesn't matter. Why do you want them to spend money on a lawyer on a case that you yourself think is difficult to prove instead of providing adjacent communities with all of the evidence that you need to see how abusive they are?
Hang on a sec. You mean they haven't already spent money on the lawyer?
Yeah, they have spent money on a lawyer, but why is your thing that they need to be spending money on a lawyer and not making these documents when you think already that the case is hard?
Well, if they've already spent money on a lawyer, what's the problem, Star? They agree with me by implication.
Sunday, my question to you is not that. My question is that you yourself have said they shouldn't have made these 200-page plus documents. They should have just contacted a lawyer.
I didn't say they shouldn't have made the 200. I actually didn't say that until now.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I think they shouldn't have exposed. I think they shouldn't have exposed additional logs. I think that was a mistake.
What do you?
But I didn't say anything about making a 200-page document.
What do you think a 200+ page document is? What do you
think
that
it doesn't have to be logs. It could, for example, be an explanation. Like, for example, like text saying, "Hey, so I'm not going to expose. I'm not going to expose. I'm not going to expose.
You're not answering my question.
Actually.
No,
but
I
am though. But I am though.
You're not answering my question. What was my question? What was my question?
I am. What was your question?
Yeah. What was my question? See, then you're not answering my question.
Wait, how? If you forget the question, and how are you answering it?
Well, she asked me too many times. It slipped my brain.
Okay. All right. Then stop for a second. Stardust, ask the question again.
Okay.
She can't remember either.
No, I do remember. I do remember the question. The question is, why do you think that they shouldn't provide this 200-page document and they should have just contacted the lawyers when you yourself have said that the case for defamation here is not one that you think is very strong, that it's going to be hard to prove, and secondly, that they shouldn't provide this 200+ page document when we know that even if they do succeed in the case of defamation, that's not going to educate the surrounding communities. 200+ pages of no logs is just hearsay. It's not evidence.
Okay, let him answer the question.
Well, if they spoke to a lawyer, they would know if they have a defamation case.
Okay, right? You yourself, you're not answering the question. You yourself.
In addition to this, the logs provide additional motive for Zena and Poppy to escalate things, to add more responses to boost the profile
they would have been
of their own.
escalating.
But
they have been.
They would have been escalating different things, right? They would have been escalating the things that were already in circulation.
The things that
because if the information that's been published, if the information that's been published triggers absolutely no response, well then it wasn't really relevant.
You don't care about educating the communities around?
Sure, you do so discreetly. You have people like, you talk to people. You say, hey, I saw you were like talking about Zena and Poppy and recommending the channel. Yeah, they're up to no good. You know, you should keep away. Just my opinion.
Do you think that that's something that people can do to every single member in every community that's surrounding them?
No, but do you think every single member in every community that's surrounding them is seeing this 200-page document and reading through it?
No, but they're seeing the content creators covering it. Absolutely.
Who? Lux? That's like the only person so far.
No, multiple people. Malcolm has been covering it.
Who the f is Malcolm? What's his reach? I haven't heard about Malcolm until this week.
Okay.
Doesn't matter? I thought it does matter. You brought it up.
Look.
If it doesn't matter, why'd you bring it up?
Sunday. The thing here is we are not trying to de-escalate. Poppy and Zena have already been escalating.
Then you're stupid.
No.
If you're not trying to de-escalate, then you're dumb.
They're already
What are you going to do? What do you think is going to happen after all this? What do you think is going to happen after all this?
Do you think, again...
You think if you get like enough logs out there, they just die? Like, what's the plan?
Do you think de-escalating does anything to educate communities around them? No. The answer is no.
Your job, thank God, Stardust, is not education. I'm sorry.
I mean, you probably
I'm sorry. If you talk to a lawyer, they're going to ask you two questions. Do you want this to stop, or do you want to be justified? Do you want to be vindicated?
That's going to be.
They're not going to ask you. Do you want to educate randos on YouTube?
Right, but
I'm sorry.
Not the point of the logs was not anything other than educating surrounding communities of their behavior.
Star, you de-escalate after someone has escalated. That's the point of de-escalation. That's what it means.
There's anything that could have been done to de-escalate Poppy and Zena when they have been going ham for 5 months with no pushback?
Yeah, greywall them. Give them no stimulus. Say nothing.
How has that worked for the 5 months?
What do you mean? How's it worked for the 5 months? They haven't stopped for
over those
5
5
months. There have been videos for those 5 months. What are you talking about?
The 5 months where they received no pushback. Did that de-escalate anything? No.
If they received no pushback, what were they responding to?
They weren't responding to anything. They were continuing.
Really? So they just brought this up out of nowhere.
Yes. If you read the logs and you read the information on this drama, then you would have known that, wouldn't you? If staying away and not talking about this didn't get them to back off, how long did they have to keep
Why are they talking about making a video responding to the document?
Again, Sunday.
Why are they talking about making a video responding to the document? You just said a major factor in all of this. A major factor in all of this
for 5 months
is that they have
and not responding for 5
a larger
months.
Platform.
Are you going to let me ask my question? You didn't even answer my question.
Then the people
staying away for 5
they are attacking.
Sunday.
Which means if they respond to the document,
you are trying to completely
if they respond to the document in a video,
5 months
it will have more reach than the document.
Did not respond to them. 5 months.
Okay, wait a minute. Y'all are talking over each other and you're killing me. Okay.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yes.
Siley, you should make this more interesting. Throw a curveball.
Curveball is stop talking over each other. Oh my God.
That's not going to happen. Be realistic.
Okay, true. Good point. But
for 5 months, they did
By the way,
respond.
Xylee.
Wait. She's talking.
I enjoyed your coverage of the Fosh stuff. It was fun.
Thank you.
For 5 months, they did not respond to Poppy and Zena continually talking about them. If that didn't de-escalate things, how long were they supposed to continue?
So in 5 months, did nobody have the epiphany, hey, we should talk to a lawyer? Hey, we should look into their licensing board?
You don't
Why
know
is the solution? Let's make this a social media spectacle.
You're not letting me answer my question. You're not letting me finish my question so you can answer it. Let me finish my question. Are you going to let me finish my question? Are you going to cry?
Your face looks wet. Are you sweating?
I am sweating, yeah. Are you going to cry?
Maybe. This beer's really good.
Don't cry over the beer. Okay, Sunday,
It's so
let her.
fucking good, you have no idea.
You know what? It looks tasty. Okay.
Look, I had to
Let
fast
her-
for like a week off alcohol to do this medical procedure. I'm
sorry.
close.
I'm
close,
so
okay?
sorry. Okay, let Star finish her question. If you have to mute yourself to let her finish her question to you,
I would prefer if you
please.
do
I'm
mute
begging
yourself.
you. Okay, I'm not gonna treat you like a kid and mute you myself. Just let her finish her question to you. I would really appreciate it.
I'm listening.
I see the smirk on your face. I see it,
He's
sir.
gonna do it again.
Okay, Stardust, go ahead.
Imagine not drinking for a week. It couldn't be me, but
Horrible.
horrible, so horrible as somebody who doesn't drink ever.
Drink is evidence that God wanted us to be happy.
Oh my God, Stardust! If you don't ask your question, I'm going to throw myself
trying.
off of a building.
I'm trying,
Okay.
Xylee. I'm trying.
Okay.
If not responding to them. So Poppy and Zena went on for 5 months with no pushback, continually slandering No Flake, and doing streams where they slandered multiple people. Okay? If them not responding for those 5 months didn't get Poppy and Zena to de-escalate, didn't get them to back off, didn't get them to stop, how long are they supposed to continue letting them slander them before they're allowed to fight back?
I mean, personally, at the first sign of that slander, I would have gone to the licensing board. I would have sought the advice of a lawyer. I would have, like one thing you could do publicly that is like pretty effective. Start a GoFundMe for a legal fund. That can spook some people. It probably won't amount to anything, but it sends a message like, "Hey, I got a bunch of cash flowing in. I can do this. I'm getting close. Maybe think twice about what you're doing." Right? By the by.
I'm out of water, so I'm eating ice. Give me a second.
You want to go grab some water? I gotta pee.
Do we need to take a break?
I'm fine with taking a break.
You want to go get something to drink? Because I need to get something to drink too. So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of, my drink is out too. So, do we want to do that real quick? I can play a song.
Although the catch though is that when we come back, we have to justify continuing the segment.
True.
Yeah.
But we can do that. You want to do that, Star?
I could use some more water. Thank you.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Let's do that. All right. Everybody go grab a drink and go let out liquid.
Yeah.
All right. Let me find something to play for you folks while we're doing this. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to get... this one. All right. Be right back.
Chat, how's it going?
Thank you, Amber. I decided to go on camera for this. I know, weird. I haven't been on camera in forever. Oh no, Sunday has his plushie on his head. All right, let me know when y'all are back and ready.
I'm good.
And settle it in. All right, you good?
Can we switch gears? Can we switch gears a little bit?
Stardust, you okay with switching gears?
How so? I guess I would ask.
Well, you're kind of forcing me to ask the question anyway, so we'll be switching gears if I explain.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. You said that I was associated with Zena and Poppy. Can you elaborate on that?
Thank you, because I wanted the answer to that. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
I was under the impression that you were friendly with them. One of their videos that they have on
What
their
made
channel,
you say so? What made you think
one
so?
of the one of the videos that they have on their channel is a debate that they had on your channel, I believe. So I was under the impression that you guys were friendly at the very least.
Because I had a debate on their because they had a debate on my channel?
Because they had a debate on
The
your channel,
threshold for
yeah.
friendship?
I thought you were friendly with them, yeah.
But why though?
Because of
Like,
that.
there's got to be more. Because they had a debate on my I Uber Soy, a right-wing nut job. He had a debate on my channel. I think I'm friendly with him.
I don't know. You guys, the thing is with people.
That's
in
kind
your
of my
sphere,
point.
you
Like,
guys-
if you don't know there, why do you know here?
So here's the thing.
You were very
People-
confident in
the
your opening
people-
statement.
Yes, the people within your sphere tend to not associate with people unless they think that they can be friendly with them. That's something that I've noticed.
Who are you talking about?
Generally,
What do you
people
mean?
within the hyper-leftist
I talked to
sphere.
you. Remember that whole thing? Like when people are going after me for being friendly with eudaimonia. Eudaimonia is like a
Sure.
Catholic.
Sure, but like again, the very fact that you try to portray me as being friends with Richard Spencer, is that not something that is pretty dishonest?
No. You portrayed you as being friends with Richard
No,
Spencer. You
I
didn't need
never
my
did.
help there.
No, I never did. I've said many times publicly that I'm not friends with the guy, that I disagree with him very publicly, that I disagree with virtually everything that he says, and I think he's a fucking...
My memory is a bit fuzzy, so I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that you actually talked about your friendship with Richard Spencer in that conversation.
No, I don't have a friendship with the guy, no. I think
Well,
he's a
not now,
fucking
surely.
idiot. Yeah.
He thinks the same thing.
What, that I'm a fucking idiot? Yeah, I'm sure he does.
As do I. I mean, like a broken clock, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think it's fair if you think that I'm friends with him for having interviewed him. And
am I friendly with you? We're having a debate right now. Am I friendly with you, Star? I mean,
I don't know.
Secretly, unbeknownst to you, I'm very kindly disposed to you. I'm pulling my punches here.
Okay. I think that it is fair if you are implying that I'm friends with Richard Spencer, that, okay, this is the threshold that people in Sunday space must hold for friendship. So, yeah.
Okay, so...
Can I go over some of my points that I have towards you?
You have to... What does that mean? Do you have points
like
towards
some
me?
points regarding specifically the Poppy and Zena stuff.
Go for it.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to try and, like, not, you know... do any more ad homs, because even though I think it's funny to compare
she admits ad homs, she was doing them.
I think it's funny to compare you to Napoleon Dynamite. I think it's very funny, but
it's too late for flattery, Star. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's okay. I already said that I wanted to like you earlier in this stream, but okay. So
you do.
I don't think so. I think I'm really upset by what I view as like moral inconsistency from you, but that's besides the point.
Don't believe you.
That's besides the point. So
that's okay. I like you, Star. I like you. As you
okay. All right. So, couple of things. Okay. Getting Poppy unlicensed is way more complicated and specific than just reporting their Twitter and just reporting like her activity and her stance, her slander, basically. Yeah. Right.
And it's hindered. It is hindered, by the way, by there being a public spectacle for Poppy to point to the license. A bunch of these crazy people who are trying to take me down.
I have several points here. Okay.
Go on.
I need to finish them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So getting them on license is way more complicated and specific than just
someone paid me for a bicep
their Twitter
flex.
activity for reporting the Twitter activity and slander. It doesn't really pertain to a client, so it has to be more specific. 2. Some people may have not wanted to escalate this to a legal level for a variety of reasons. Time, energy, and the court system across multiple states, right? I think that's fair. 3, the people that needed to know
you don't need to go to court to send. You don't need to go to court. Just a quick.
Can I finish?
Because but very quickly. You don't need to go to court to send a cease and desist letter.
Sure, but again, multiple people across multiple states. This is a little bit more complicated. 3, the people that needed to know were online. The point was educating people online in local communities and communities that were adjacent. That's what the point of those documents were.
Okay, so why not make them short? Why not make them unclouded? Make them very simple. See, I needed very little to reach a conclusion with Zena and Poppy.
Actually did a video.
It's 2.5 hours long. Nobody's watching that. 15,000 views. It's nothing. Nothing. Nobody sees this.
People.
It's big for us because we're losers as far as content creators concerned. But it's nothing.
15,000 people is not nobody.
It's nobody. Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Okay. It's getting
50,000 people. That's nothing. Dropping the. That's a drop. That's a molecule in the bucket.
It's getting Poppy fired and having her lose her white.
That did not get Poppy fired. That video did not get fired.
Not the video. No, but the activity online did. Yes.
Sure, but only because the employer was already aware of the online activities.
Yes, and they were acting like
right. So online. Nothing that has been done by any of these people was responsible for Poppy getting fired. You don't think
that what they did got them losing their white forest?
Well, you're talking about them being fired or losing their white forest. Those are different things. They're not employed by white forest.
I think both. But white forest, them losing their white forest was also
them losing white forest reduces their income a little bit.
It reduces their income and it reduces their reach, and it was partly because.
Well, not really, because nobody goes onto a white forest page who isn't already aware of the channel. So no.
I think the association with white forest actually does mean something.
No, nobody knows about white forest outside of this little
the leftist space,
little speck of the internet.
The people who are associated with white forest.
Yeah, you have to you advertise your white forest page on your YouTube page. You don't do the reverse, and there's a reason for this. It's because people
being affiliated with white forest still means that you're affiliated with something that other larger content creators are as well.
Yeah, sure, but nobody who's just approaching these people for the first time. Nobody who is just learning about Zena and Poppy know this, right?
They are if they're coming from other communities. If they're coming from the Vosh community, they're coming from the Demon Mama community, they're coming
Nobody is being sent from Vosh to another White Forest page. What are you talking about?
If you can't act like we don't all share some amount of viewership. We do.
You don't have a White Forest page. What are you talking about right now?
But I don't even have
Neither
one.
do I.
Yeah, I don't even have one, and we share some audience. People.
This is like a private website. Nobody knows about this. The only people who are on the White Forest page are people who already knew about Poppy and Zena, who were already fans of them before.
This is not true. The White Forest.
Yes, it is true.
No, the White Forest stuff is.
It is
a
true.
big deal. Wait, the White Forest stuff.
No, the White Forest stuff. The White Forest stuff exists for a sole reason, and that's so that when people super chat the content creator, White Forest takes less of a percentage of that amount.
They have their own website. And also
which nobody finds by themselves. Nobody found Vosh through White Forest.
Sunday, if you let me finish. People know what it means to be affiliated with White Forest, to have a White Forest page. If you have a White Forest page, you're a big enough deal to have a if you're a big enough deal to have a White Forest page, who else has White Forest pages?
Zena and Poppy are not a big deal.
Right.
I could have had a White Forest page.
They are big enough
except
deals.
I fucked Vosh.
Metaphorically. They're big enough deals that other people with White Forest pages who are much larger than them, their audiences might see that association and be okay with that. I think that's fair. Secondly, Poppy didn't get fired from her job just because her employer found out. What it was is that her employer got.
Too. You look so glazed. Sorry, go on.
Okay, her employer, Poppy's employer, got active complaints from victims and people who were concerned with their online activity.
It's so hot over there. Sorry, as you're saying?
Sunday, stop. Let her finish.
The employer, Poppy's employer, got active complaints from victims and from people who were concerned about her online activity. And that is why Poppy got fired.
Xylee, I don't want to cut you out of any content. You've been a very gracious host.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Is there anything you want to see from this exchange before it concludes?
Yeah, I just want y'all to stop fighting and quote tweeting. That's all I care about.
I gotta dip soon.
Okay, no, absolutely. I mean, are we coming towards the end of this? How do you feel, Stardust?
I've got about this much left.
Okay. Well, that's not much with watching you.
It's not.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing statements, Stardust?
Yes. Oh, after you.
Thank you, Sliggins.
The documents, I think, served a really big purpose. I think that they reached a huge group of people. You can disagree on that, and that's fine. But I think the documents did serve a bunch of different purposes. Again, it was educating adjacent communities, and I think that they did a really good job of doing that. People saw the online activity, they got full context from the docs, and they no longer refer to the community members. They no longer refer community members to that community as a safe space. That's a huge deal because people were referring people to the Poppy and Zena community as a safe space. And we now know that it's not. Secondly, people who are new to the situation saw the drama and were educated by the documents. And third, people were concerned by the activity that was happening online and reported the activity to the job. And the employer gave the ultimatum, hey, you've got to stop all this online nonsense. You've got to stop doing all this activity online, or you've got to resign. And that's what ended up happening. So I think that this documents did serve a purpose. I think it's a huge disgrace that you are willing to go so deep on larger creators, get so many views from that, but if it's allegations of abuse from smaller creators that are not going to give you as many views, you're not willing to do it. These are all conclusions that you could have taken from reading the documents, but you were just too lazy to even do that. Someday,
I'm going to set it up. So I'm restreaming to Twitch as well, okay? And I'm gonna go to TwitchCon, and you and I, we're gonna have a chill conversation with some local craft beer wherever it's being held. We're gonna be the best of friends. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, you mark me.
Maybe one day, Sunday, you'll be worthy of being the Batman to my Joker, but right now I'm kind of disappointed.
No. So you're very confused about this. You are the Penguin, and I'm not Batman. I'm Two-Face.
God.
You can see, like, uneven.
You know, Two-Face is actually pretty good. It's pretty apt, honestly. So.
Oh, he's awesome. I think he's underrated. There's a reason why Miller made Batman basically a fascist. Two-Face is where it's at.
There is a question from the audience to you, Sunday. What beer are you drinking?
Oh, this is a local brewery called Balderdash, which makes a strong lager called Wily Wolverine, and it is delicious.
Okay.
You can't get it
there
where
you
you're
go.
at, but it's very
There
good.
you go. There you go. There's your
Although
answer.
my favorite though, my absolute favorite is Bitburger. It's the Magneto's beer of choice.
Oh dear God. Okay, are y'all settled? Is this settled now? Are we good?
Oh, I've been settled this entire time. Thank you very much, Xylee.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Have we
Appreciate
spoken
it.
directly before? Is this the first?
I think we spoke briefly on an Ico stream, I believe.
What about?
Maybe. I don't know. It was probably, I don't know, something she was streaming about. It might have been about tips.
If it wasn't Israel related, we're probably on good terms.
Oh, it definitely wasn't, because I don't talk about that. I don't do politics.
Well, there you go. Good.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I guess that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Do you have
Thank
a
you
closing
for-
statement, Sunday?
Actually,
or-
I got a question. Stardust, how much money did you pull this stream?
Pull this stream?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Any super chats? You must have gotten something. It's been
Like $15. Yeah.
300.
Oh, nice for you. I
Very.
like to see that where your morals are. Great stuff.
Wait a minute. So, wait. Being that you pulled more money, wouldn't that mean that you did this for content? I'm just saying, throwing shade.
No. That just means I won.
It doesn't mean that you won,
Sunday,
or does
get
it?
out of here.
Or does it mean that people are gassing you up so you think that you won? Or is
Oh,
it
there.
that?
Here's the beautiful thing about my channel. Okay, when people pay me, they aren't paying me to make me continue doing what I'm doing. They're paying me to make me stop. People are paying me to do a low view theory segment. $100 per theory segment. That's what I do. They're paying me. They're paying me to spend an hour reading over Henry Bergson's Matter and Memory. They're paying me to go over Huizinga's Homo Ludens or Michel Foucault's The Government of Self and Others, or et cetera, et cetera. I've got too many books on my desk.
I'm glad you're actually reading the books that you cite in debates now. It's great.
I read all the books I cite in debates.
Oh, do you? That's what you did with
Oh,
Wicked
yeah.
Supreme.
I did. I was polite with him. I pretended I didn't, just to make him feel.
Oh, you pretended you
Make
didn't.
him a little.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Oh, you pretended. Nice.
I did.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Honestly, I can see
I
you
read all
two
of those.
becoming best friends. You two are going to become best friends.
I
We
don't
will.
know
see
about
it.
that one.
I do.
I see it.
I do.
I truly think that
Watch out, Beck.
I'm just disappointed. Really, I am. I'm disappointed.
Not
Look,
me.
you can-
I think
you
this
can
went.
read-
I think this went swell.
You can read political theory, but again, can't read, a document or even watch somebody cover a document.
This
so
is true,
good stuff.
and there's a simple reason. There's a simple reason for this. Life is very, very short, Star.
And do you
And
enjoy
I guarantee you, when you're in a hospital bed, barely able to lift your head from your pillow, you're not going to think to yourself, "Boy, I wish I did more Zena and Poppy coverage." My last regret.
that? No, you're not going to think about, oh, I should have maybe spent a little bit more time not being a dick to victims of their abuse, right?
No, I've been addicted to nobody on that front. I've been very.
I think that they would disagree with you, but okay.
But of course they would.
I think y'all should start a new podcast and call it Frenemies too. Literally.
Nah, that's-
I think it would be beautiful. The way you two go back and forth.
That might be a good business decision, actually. Wick did very well when I was co-hosting with him.
See?
I think it's a smart idea. Beckett, you're in Stardust camp. Convince her.
All right.
I'll be better. I'll be better for your channel than Destiny is.
Oh my God. Okay. Enough with the shade. Enough with the shade.
Have you seen
Plus,
any,
Sundust or Star Day works a lot better than Sundick. Nothing ventured.
I need y'all to collab so I can go over it and react to it.
I don't know, because I feel like, Sunday was like talking a big game before he came onto this. I was expecting him to bring a little bit more fire, so.
Ooh.
Stardust, when you accepted this engagement, I won.
Oh, is that what that was? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The moment you came onto this call, I won.
Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but okay.
Which is why.
I think that depends on what chat you're looking at, whether you won or not.
No, I won. Categorically.
Well.
Yeah, you keep
Categorically.
telling yourself that.
Oh, I don't need to tell myself that. In fact, me telling myself that is the biggest loss. Me saying that at all is the biggest loss of tonight. But I did. Categorically, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sunday. Thank you for coming on.
You so won, Sunday. You totally
Oh my
you
God.
absolutely obliterated me.
I did. I did.
yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
You know what? Damn both
But
of
it
y'all.
doesn't matter.
I won. Okay? I won.
That's
Thank
also
That's
you.
true.
true.
I did win. Xylee did win.
Thank you. I'm taking it. All right, y'all have a good night. I'm leaving this call. I want to collab with you two. I need you two to collab with each other so I can react to it.
I
I'm
don't
game.
know that. Okay, look, we could try it, but I don't know that I could stop from being mean to you the entire time.
No, that's the whole
So-
point, Stardust.
the
You have
whole
to be
point.
mean to each other. That's the whole point. I need
Okay.
you two to like throw this continuous shade that y'all did this whole entire time, and I would so react to that. Oh my God. You don't understand. You're creating content for me. Literally. I need this to be done. All right, I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a
Okay,
great
thank you
night.
for
Sunday,
having
you can stay in the server. This is just a call-in server. Nobody ever talks in it. Nobody really ever types. You know, you're welcome to stay.
I have appreciated your low intervention moderation style. I'm gonna stick around.
All right, awesome.
Yeah,
All
You,
right,
That
you
guys.
and
was
I,
pretty.
you and I are gonna have a long and beautiful friendship, Xylee.
All right, there we go. All right,
Xylee's
thank
very
you.
nice. Yes, thank you, Xylee, for so graciously hosting us. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course,
So.
of course. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
See ya. Bye. Okay, that was interesting, chat. How do you guys? I thought there was a really funny chat I saw. Let me see here. My viewers pay me to shut up, but I also want this to pay. Very nice. A very nice one there. Look. It is what it is. Oh, we got some more super chats in here. Damn. Let me just take a look here. Okay. Testicle Johnson. Thank you for the membership. Testicle Johnson says selective outrage on NSE, but a therapist directly abusing their credentials he's fine with. So true. Outsanity for the $5 says, I'm President Sunday and I'm here to debate you. So true. Addie Peoples for $2 says, W Stardust. It's too easy with these face drunks. What? Roll SK, thank you for the SEK 100. I'm not really sure what currency that is, but it says Stardust W. Young Strap-On, thank you for the membership. D Ghosh for $50 says run. Oreo is cool, thank you for the $4.20. It says Saturday is better than Sunday. Bitfire for $5 says, missed most / all of it, but wanted to say, Danny DeVito played the Penguin. He complimented you. No, I know. I get that Danny DeVito played the Penguin. I still think that what's it called? If he were Batman, I think my vibe would be more like a Joker. You know what I mean? So, Squid Raid. Damn, who raided? Started Sunday, President Sunday's a lolcow? Yeah, I figured. Like, back when he was debating Wicked Supreme, I was going into President Sunday's chat and gassing him up, saying he did so well. He was killing it, you know? It's hilarious. And he thought I was being serious. It was the funniest thing in the world. So, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, like I said, I called it from the beginning. Oh, President Sunday raided me. Well, I appreciate the raid, but again, disappointed. So, yeah. What's up, lovers of alcoholic pseudo-intellectuals? Jesus Christ, Tess, you can't just say that. It would have been good if Sunday participated. Yeah, damn, dude. 4 more years, wow. Stardust, one day you should check out the pred catching drama community. It's insane and well worth a look. I think they're so cringe, you know? Wild. Did you guys see that Pearl Davis went to India? And there's like a picture of her in a sari and stuff? Is most of the online left locales, the only two I find serious are Dylan Burns and Lonerbox? I don't think so. I mean, I think there's some good people out there, but I just think that I'm disappointed. What can I say? Like, you know, you have doubtful thoughts about NotSoErudite's credentials and Brianna Wu's credentials, but somebody actually abusing their credentials isn't a big enough deal for you to cover? Like, or take seriously, or talk to the victims with any sort of respect? Wild. But I think I made a good point at the beginning. I did say that he would engage in certain tactics, and I think we saw throughout this that he did. So, I mean, we can go over it one more time if you want, but part of the reason why I put together that PowerPoint is because I took a sneak peek at what he was doing right before this, and I saw he was already trying to do the whole, like, oh, you're clout sharking thing. So I was like, all right, I may as well, like, respond to that. So, yeah. Did Pearl get the attention she wanted in India? I don't know. What else? LOL, I was on the phone for the last 2 hours with a friend. I missed the whole thing. We'll play back stream after. Please leave up for a couple of hours at least. I will. Origin says, if you had to debate, why not invite me as a moderator? I would have muted him every second he interrupted. Well, Xylee asked for it, and I'm friendly with Xylee, so yeah. I'm President Sunday. I didn't read anything. I don't know anything, but I will tell victims what legal avenue they should take, even if they never asked. Yeah, good stuff. She was never going to be halfway to good faith with you, Stardust. You're a woman, which is the cardinal sin. That is true. Yeah. Really, I wanted to like him a long time ago. I really did. But I've just been disappointed, really, in him. Really upsetting, you know? Well, I wanted him to be better. Oh, hey! Look, you win now. Thanks for standing up for us. Holy shit. Thank you for the $300. Oh my god, you were making my week. Damn, thank you. I guess I do win now. Thank you. Very kind of you. We're at 385. Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah. She thought she made 15, but she got way more she won. Sunday bragging about $300. It's crazy, Mao. Look, I don't like to brag about money. Like, like that's besides the point. The thing is, like, he started off before we even entered this debate. He started off his stream saying that I'm like doing this for views when I clearly make less views than he does. And I've made more views doing other content than this. You know, I could have been covering anything else and been making like more views, you know? But I can't go chasing after views. I won't like doing this. I won't like streaming if I have to chase after views all the time, you know? So how are you going to accuse me of doing this for views and then by the end of this debate brag about how much money you're making? And he pointed out how little views you made too, frequently. Yeah.